sharing setups and getting the best out of all of Toyota instead of just one team.
And we're hearing with this new generation of Cup car coming out that might happen with other manufacturers and other teams. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that turns out across all three series with this new generation of Cup car coming out. I wonder if we'll see more of this in the future.
And obviously, you guys are mentioning Toyotas, but look at the Fords. The Fords are also having a nice run. You see the 74 in fourth there, and in fact, the only Chevrolet in the top 10 right now is the 46 running in the third spot.
But look at that 74. He is keeping up with this 46. Some corners it looks like he's faster, some it looks like the 46 is faster. So gonna have to keep an eye on that battle and see if one pulls away from the other, or if the 74 is able to muster up a run to pass the 46.
But the thing is, both of these guys are falling off the top two, and that 78 is only beginning to close in.
Yeah, but the 19's also staying within the gap of the 56.
That 56 is the one to beat right now. I don't see how you could say otherwise. Pulling away, and we saw the same with the 99 and the 1. We saw the same exact situation. Both of those cars pulled away, and the 1 ended up having an untimely caution come out during his strategy, which wasn't that great in the first place. Ended up finishing eighth, but the 99 ended up winning the race. So this 56 is in the catbird seat right now.
Well, looks like the 19 is slowly catching them. If you pay close attention here, the gap has really gone down.
It really has, but I wonder when pit stops are going to start. I don't think this 56 is going to be out of the top two when pit stops start. So not going to be really bad for him. Go down pit road, get some adjustments, and then go back out there. Maybe catch the 19. Maybe beat him off pit road. You never know.
It looks like this 19 is taking a more shallow line than the 56 entering turn one.
It's the opposite we saw yesterday. I mean, yesterday you had to get a good arc into the corner and not have a shallow entry.
I mean, having a shallow entry does save some of that right rear, because getting a better arc will really lean on that right rear. So I think this is all part of tire saving for the 19.
Well, it's really
As it
interesting because he's doing it. He's still catching the 56.
well, I don't think he's really catching the 56, but he's staying just above 3/10 of the gap.
We'll see during this next lap. We'll see if the gap shortens a little bit or if it lengthens because of this corner entry. But I think the 19 is probably a little bit faster than the 56 right now. Okay, down about 200ths of a second. So not really sacrificing a lot doing the shallow entry. So he obviously has a faster car. If he did that wider entry, I think he would be able to pass the 56 easily.
You can see the 46 here. It's more apparent on who's got better tires management skills, because now the 46 is under attack from the 74, and he's also holding up the 74 and the 78.
The 78 is going to pass them both. This 74 really has to pass this 46 right now, or else he's not going to be able to capitalize. So this 78 is going to either pass them both or go with the 74 to pass the 46 and then pass the 74.
Yeah,
So
he's
I mean, if I was
he,
the 74, I'd pass the 46 right now while the 78 is behind me.
yeah, the 78's got the speed. He's gonna find a way to get around both of them.
And you see Joseph, he is looking. He keeps looking, trying to see if he could get his nose under there and maybe tap the 46 out of the way a little bit.
And we are coming to the first round of stops pretty shortly. During testing, these guys could go about 40, 41 laps on each set, or on each run.
And we saw during the truck race, short pit. Do not stay out. Short pit.
Yeah, I mean the 51, he catapulted all the way from back of the field to second just by
And
short pitting.
ended up finishing fifth due to a late restart. But,
Oh, wow.
wow. 78
Oh,
really got
78's coming in.
Oh,
Oh,
there's
so
the
is the
short
leader.
pit.
True Expand
it's
Racing cars are
19.
in.
The leader's not pitting. Second place was though.
This 19 might leapfrog the 56 and might gain the lead because he was pitting earlier.
I think that's
I
what
think
he's trying to
so.
do.
I think so, definitely.
I mean, we saw
56
during
is
the
still
truck
staying
race.
out.
Yeah, we saw during the truck race tire fall off. You go from you lose 0.8 of a second per lap on old tires compared to new. So really wondering what's gonna happen here.
But now the 56 comes in as a few cars still staying out.
Yeah, and we saw most of the Johnny Benson racing cars go down too. We saw the 7 pit early, but the 74 stayed out until the 56 came in. So
Now it's the 52 leading. I think he's gonna come down very
He's
shortly
gotta.
here. Let's see.
There it is.
Looks like he's coming in, but the 44 Hector Daniel taking an interesting strategy by staying out.
and
That's not gonna work.
that might be because if a yellow comes out now and he pits and then a yellow comes out while he's pitting, who knows? That could cost him a lap or two.
Yeah, tons of drivers could be trapped a lap down though.
And that
Yeah, he's
might be
got to
what
come
he's
in
trying to
now.
do. Yeah, he's coming in now. You see it.
Yeah, slowing down.
So now the 44 is on the pit road, and looks like the 19 will assume the lead, but it's
He
going to be in
will.
Truex Fan Racing 1, 2, 3. Now the 19 in the first position, 78 in second, 56 in third.
And let me
You,
tell you, just because a team is running 1, 2, 3 does not mean they're going to finish there. Take a look at like examples like Junior Motorsports at Daytona running 1, 2, 3, 4. None of them ended up finishing the race except for the 7. So we're gonna maybe see a bottle like that, but I hope not for this Truex Fan Racing organization.
yeah, but
Oh,
you just
wow.
gotta give
Three
it
Rewind.
time.
wide.
Oh,
Oh,
Byron Fan backs out. Josh is not giving the 23 much room there.
as I was saying, you just gotta give it to the crew chief of that 19. I mean, he knew short pitting was gonna work, and he just decided to pit about a couple laps earlier than what you would normally see on a run.
wow, that
Yeah, that
44.
staying out just really cost a 44 there.
Yeah, is he a lap down or
I'm not sure if he's a lap down actually.
because he came out just as the leaders were coming around? So
Looks
very
like no, he's not a lap down.
okay. So not a race ender for now, but I hope they don't do that again later in the race.
But now, I think it's going to take a caution to stop these Truex Fan Racing guys. I mean, they are just absolutely on it today.
Yeah, and this isn't the Rockingham we saw in the Truck Series. We're looking at a long green flag run from the drop of the green flag. So you can obviously tell there's a difference between Shell drivers and Truck Series drivers because they're driving really good today.
Yeah,
For
Trucks is
sure.
way less experienced, and they're just trying to fight for every position. Don't know when to calm down, because that's what they're trying to learn in Trucks.
Yeah, and in Shell, it's still a little bit of the same, but a little bit more experience, a little bit more give and take. And in Cup, it's the best of the best.
For sure. And even you can see lots of incidents happening in the Cup Series, too.
And I'll tell you what, there's some of these guys that are going to be in the Shell Series for a long time, and then there's some of these guys that are going to be in the Cup Series next season. So it's very interesting to see just if just the experience and skill levels of these people and where they end up.
For sure. And I think if we're going to get a caution, I believe we'd get one near the next pit cycle.
Oh, obviously, it always happens during pit cycles when you have cars on old tires, cars on new tires, hugely different speeds. Some cars trying to slow down, get to the bottom, get to pit road. Some cars on newer tires, not knowing that, and then blam. You get a lot of incidents during that cycle, and it happens at every track, not just Rockingham, but it's a little bit worse at Rockingham than at some other tracks. Look at this 56; he's catching that 78.
Yeah, the 56 did pit later than his two teammates ahead of him, and which might put him on fresher tires, but he has also got a really fast car right now. Trying to pass his teammate, the Quad Kid Boy, right here. He's going to get to the inside. Now they are side by side for the second position. Quad, I think, is going to let him go.
Yeah, and you see both the 74 and the 56 pitted on the same lap. They both lost 2 positions. So we're going to have to pay attention to positions lost and gained during these stops.
Yeah, and the next pit stop should be around halfway through the race.
which I don't. They'd have to have one more pit stop after that to make it to the end of this race. So just a few more pit stops to go. So we're gonna have to see just how these drivers react and how these crew chiefs react as well.
And the halfway lap is lap 79. Let's see the gap between the 19 and the 56. I think it's really the guy in clean air who has the biggest advantage.
Well, now the
Yeah,
56 has some clean air because he is way behind the 19 here. So this 56 is going to pull away from the 78. But I don't know if he will be able to get to the 19 by the next set of cycles.
I can tell you that the 19 has a big enough gap to the 56 has clean air right now, but if he can catch him, then he's not gonna have that clean air. He's not gonna have the handling he needs.
And he's not going to have the tires because at a certain point, when you're on old tires, it doesn't matter if you pitted a lap later. You're still on old tires, and so is the guy in front of you. So at a certain point, it's just not really an advantage because both of you are on ancient tires, sliding around. So, going to be really interesting to see if the 56 can capitalize on those new tires. But I don't think I don't think it'll matter in the long run here.
Yeah, he
By
only
that
gains
po
about a tenth each lap.
Yeah, and by that point, you're just hoping that you don't blow a tire. You're just hoping that they all stay up.
For sure, and the surface eats tires. So I mean, I think these drivers are aware of what limit they have on their tires, but also they've got to keep an eye on that.
I mean, plenty of instances where guys have great runs building up at this track, and then a right rear just blows, and you're into the wall, or even a right front can blow here. I mean, it's unforgiving, and these hits are so hard here at this track, especially when you're on corner entry and it blows. It's just it's one of the scarier tracks to race at, but it's so fun that you don't really think about it until it happens.
For sure.
Yeah.
And now the 78 is starting to pull away from the 36 here, as the 65 has been on his bumper for a while now.
One thing about Rockingham is that it is sure to fill you up with adrenaline.
And I'll tell you what, this is a driver's track. A lot of people say that about tracks like Indianapolis and like other tracks like that where it takes a lot of skill to win, but Rockingham is easily up there with tracks like Indianapolis and Dover. I mean, you have to be a good driver to win here. There is no question about that.
And
Yeah,
also,
this
there's no question that Truex Fan Racing has been the dominant team of the race so far.
And that's no surprise. I mean, they have an insane amount of resources, and there's a reason they're one of the best teams. It's because, well, they've always been one of the best teams. You win races, you gain confidence, you gain money, you gain resources from the manufacturers. And that's part of the reason why, we're not the best Ford team, is because we don't win as much as Texas Motorsports. So Johnny Benson Racing, for example, isn't going to get as much attention from the manufacturer. And in Truex Fan Racing's case, they're the dominant team for Toyota, and you see that they're winning races left and right.
For sure. I'm not sure what it is, but I think these guys are just keeping it tame and just keeping it smooth for today.
Yeah, and Rockingham is known as a track of one extreme or the other. You either get tons of yellows or you get great green flag runs. It's really nice to see a green flag run occurring with these cars. I mean, it's really quite rare that we see it actually. So really nice racing going on here today.
I think it might be a little bit of fear because they know what happened to Lipsy last night.
Well, drivers don't really have any fear, and otherwise they wouldn't be racing in these cars at tracks like these. I mean, you're here to win races. You're not here to be scared of hitting a wall. So
Yeah,
I don't necessarily agree with what you said because what happened to Lipsy is probably in none of these drivers' heads right now. They're thinking about how they're going to win this race, how to get the best position they can when the checkered flag falls.
Yeah, I mean, they could be thinking strategy, what's going to get them up front. But,
But
I mean, you
you
really
know
just
what
got to
I
pay
think when I'm in the
attention to
car?
what's happening on the track.
Yeah, you know what I think when I'm in the car? I do the driving, crew chief does the strategy. Just do the strategy for me because I don't want to think about that. My brain capacity is too small.
Yeah, and obviously when you're in a car, and I can say this is myself as a driver, but when you're in a race car, all your focus is just on driving, and then when you get to your pit stops, and then you're asking, and well, then you're not even focused on what the crew chief strategy is. You're just gonna be focused on when he tells you to pit, and then you're gonna pit, and then from there on, you're just focused on the driving and gaining as many positions as you can
And,
while being on the limit of what your car can take. So
and that's
it's
that's why
that's the story of driving.
you need a good crew chief driver pairing. You need them to understand each other and to trust each other because one's got to do their job, the other's got to do their job, and those two jobs are intertwined essentially. So you got to have that trust. You aren't going to win races if you don't have a great driver crew chief pairing. Not everyone's going to be a Chad Knaus, Kyle 30HX winning cup races left and right.
Okay.
But you got to have a crew chief pairing with a driver that understands each other, at least to a degree where they're not actively hating each other and
Yeah,
losing
but
races because of it.
in the middle of us saying this, look at this. Last NASCAR fan gaining on the 19.
A lot, too. I mean, I didn't think those tires would make a huge difference by the time the 56 came up to the 19.
Yeah,
That's
he
it's
could just
proven me
send his car
wrong.
into the corner and just gain everything. Look at
Yeah, I
this.
mean, wow. This 56 is impressing me. I mean, really just came back from such a huge deficit from 2 seconds at one point, all the way down to fighting for the lead again. Really
Yeah,
impressive.
he just drives it into turn one like it's nothing. Now he's got to find a way around this 19 because this 19 is not going to give it up easily.
Got to keep in mind, 1 lap fresher tires, I believe, between these two. So obviously, even a lap of tire wear makes a difference.
Yeah, but in about 8 laps, they should be starting to pit. So you just got to think. You got to make sure that you can have the right strategy to get ahead. But that's for the crew chief to think of. Does the crew
And,
chief tell them to pit around lap 78 or maybe stay out for a couple laps?
and here's the thing: if you're a number 74 sitting there in sixth, not making up positions, you know what I'd do? Go down first, get those new tires. And yes, you're going to be struggling at the end of another run, but if a caution comes out, you're golden. You made up 3 spots, and you can be free to fight for the lead when the next green flag run comes. So if you're someone that's in fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, might as well take that gamble. Go pit. If a yellow comes out, screws over your race, then oh well, at least you tried.
I mean, we're talking about how fast this 56 is, but he's really struggling in the dirty air of the 19.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
got
he's
there, but he just can't get to a spot to where he can make a pass.
for sure. He's tried the outside and tried to cut down low, but just cannot do it. See right here, he has to really get out of the gas.
The 19 really slipped up there, drifted up the track a little bit. So I think the 19 is really struggling and kind of holding up the 56 in a way because the 56 doesn't want to hit his teammate, so he's letting off too.
But
Looks
also,
like
I
the
think
19 is saving on grip, or maybe struggling on grip is what I meant to say.
yeah, for sure. I mean, this 56, he's just having a rough time passing him. I mean, it's already hard to pass on ancient tires, but you know, a dirty air can also help that.
And you have to do it cleanly because guess what? This is a teammate. You don't want teammates touching each other on track. As a team owner, that's the scariest thing you could see.
I think he might have a bit of an advantage here off the corner. No, he's
Here
gonna
he
lift
comes.
again.
Oh no.
That car is just way too loose, I believe, to try and get around him. Just in the dirty air, that car
No,
just slips and slides.
I think he just let off because the 19 was going to come down on him. So, like I said, it's a matter of you don't want to hit your teammate. You don't want your teammate to spin off of your bumper because, trust me, and I know this, you don't want to be the focus of your Monday team meeting when you do that because that is some of the scariest stuff you'll ever see.
And just think, if both of you spin, that makes your team owner's day from a bad day to the worst day.
Yeah, and Truex fan is a very vocal team owner when it comes to that. I would know because when all of his cars got wrecked at Daytona a couple of seasons ago, he was livid. And
Here comes the
so
66 now.
here
He
he
didn't
comes.
let off here. He's gonna look to the inside. He's gonna get there.
Yeah, but I think we might
Finally.
have a pit stop this time by for the 19 maybe.
And you know what? You know what this 56 is saying? He's saying, "Thank God." Because he has been trying that for
Oh, they
5
both come down pit
10
road.
laps.
Both of them come
I
down pit road.
I think the
56
56 has the
learning from
advantage
the
here.
last time, though.
Into
He
74
learned.
too. 74 did exactly as
Oh,
I
but look at
said.
the 78. He pitted he pitted a
That's
lap
a,
before
that's
these
a
top
big
two.
short pit. Can he catapult them both?
Yeah, that
Now
is
here
definitely
comes
going to be the question.
Hector staying out again. You got to wonder if he's going to stay out for as long as he did last time. Hope for a yellow, trap a bunch of these, especially these Truex fan cars, a lap down. Maybe win yourself a race that way.
That could have caused a yellow right there with how the
Oh,
78 merged up.
Oh, wow.
wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's trying to cut through traffic.
That's exactly what I was saying. When you have cars on old tires trying to pit and then cars on new tires that are a second a lap quicker, you could get incidents real easily. And
Now here come the
that
top
was
two up
real
pit road.
scary.
Sean Ard edges ahead of last NASCAR fan.
Looks like they're going to stay in front of the 44. That could be instrumental if a caution comes out.
And it
And
so far
also
looks like the
78.
19 has a better pit crew than the 56.
And you see just how much that 78, just how much faster that 78 was against the 44, our race leader right now.
For sure. And both of these guys pitted together, and with last NASCAR fan being ahead when they came in, so Sean Ard having the edge there, having the better pit crew.
And this has been a caution-free race so far. And if there's no caution during this pit cycle, I don't think there'll be a caution at all in this race. So, because all of these pit cycles have been so clean.
I think I might have seen the 90 on pit road a second time. I saw him exiting, but then saw him back in a stall.
And that might be a loose wheel. Who knows? That's just something that you have to, you know, you
Oh,
have to
wow.
accept with the driver.
Lots of cars a lap down. Whoa, the 52. What the?
Oh,
I think he
Wisco,
might have just came out of the pits.
Wisco racing cars.
They don't have a great history of Truex fan racing either.
That's true. And Wisco also hired another a driver in the truck series that doesn't have a great history with Truex fan racing. So very interesting rivalry between those two teams. So
That's almost like adding fuel to the fire.
in a way, it is. But take a look. This 19 is on fire right now, leading this race
But
again.
also, this top two are gonna have to deal with lap traffic.
That's something we didn't have in the truck race. So we're gonna see some real interesting stuff right here, and we might see a yellow because of this lap traffic.
And
Right
also, if
here.
you're one of these lap cars that are just in front of the leaders, you do not want to want to go a lap down, so you're gonna defend for that position.
Yeah, but right here it's going to be who can get through traffic the best.
For sure.
And if you're the leader, you're just hoping that the lap traffic doesn't say, "Hey, I'm gonna park my butt in front of you, and you're not gonna pass me," because if that happens, then guess who's in the catbird seat? The 56 is gonna take advantage of that, pass you both right up.
Look at this. These guys are right on the tails of the lead lap cars, trying to unlap themselves.
I mean, they're on fresher tires. They're obviously going to get there eventually, and that's going to be a detriment to the 56 more than the 19, I believe.
For sure,
Unless
but then
they
they're
hold up
eventually going to
to
pass the
19.
19. So really, I think this might be a blessing in disguise for the 56. Oh,
Well, it
19
depends.
really slipped up there. He had to lift.
Yeah, that's going to be great for the 56 right now. He wants to pass he wants to pass the 19 before the 52 passes him.
Also, Thunder, did you save halfway?
Oh, no, I did not. We're way past halfway.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, now the fours might go. Oh, wow, the four got really loose.
Gonna
Yeah,
lose some time to the 52.
yeah, both of these guys are faster than the lead lap cars right now. It's just a matter of time to see what they do.
Yeah, this 19 is really losing time to this 56.
Yeah, the
56 has had a better
56.
car. Yeah, 56 has had a better car all race. Sat on our pole. So we're gonna have to see, can he win this race? And that would
And,
be one of the more dominant performances we've seen.
and just as I said earlier in the race, I mean, the 56 has a better short run car. But he's going to be forced to the outside.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gonna lose some.
yep.
And I don't. Oh, that's not going to be that bad for the 56 because the. Oh, never mind.
He's going to
I
shut
thought
the
the
door.
Yeah, I thought the 52 was gonna pass the 19 right there, but this is gonna be real bad for the 56 now because they're not gonna pass the 19 for probably a couple of more laps.
But
Yeah,
can
and
the
he just
56
lost a
get
ton
back
of
up
time.
there?
It's unfortunate for the 56. He just lost tons of time.
There's currently 36 cars on the lead lap. And these two are trying to get back in the lead lap.
Yeah,
There's a
I
four
mean
inside the 52.
that's a battle for position.
But now that might be the four trying to unlap himself from from the 19.
Not
Sean's
gonna
going to
work.
close the door. Maybe
Yeah.
not.
Yep.
Oh, so close.
Oh,
Oh, they
almost
got.
contact.
Oh, God.
That's the
Very
leader.
close racing for
What?
that.
That's the
If you're a
leader.
lapper, I don't think you want to race the leader like that.
And look at who
And,
this is just bringing in. It's just bringing the 56 back into this fight.
I mean, you know that a move is quite aggressive when you have me sitting in the booth saying, "Ooh, that's a pretty, that's a pretty insane move right there that you just made."
Yeah, but I could tell you that Sean right now is just mad that this is going
Might be
on with
Oh,
him
three
right
wide in
now.
this
rewind.
turn one.
He's gonna lose a ton of time on the top.
But I think he'll be able to slide up in front of this 56 if
Yeah,
this 52 gets out of his way right now, which he did.
No.
but he's stuck on the
No.
top, side by
No,
Why
here
didn't
side.
here
he
comes
take
the
that?
56.
Why didn't
Side
he
by
take
side of the
that?
corner.
He should have
Couldn't take
taken
it
that.
until the end. Couldn't take it until the entry, and by then it was too late.
But now
Oh,
they're side by side. The 19 has the nose ahead.
he should have
Still
taken
steady
that.
and even
He
off the
had room.
corner.
But yeah, the 56 is obviously going to get the lead right here. So the 19 is going to have to
I don't know.
play.
The 19's putting up a fight.
Yeah, the
Nope,
Never
19
mind.
the
have to
56
play
gets ahead.
offense. Yeah, the 19's going to have to play offense right now. Try and get back to the 56. Stack.
Lucky for him, there's another pit cycle going that's about to go on.
We've only gone about 20 laps on this run. I
Yeah,
think they
20
still
more
have a little
laps,
bit to
and the
go.
20 more laps, and they're gonna make another pit cycle.
But the thing is, they have more lap traffic coming back to them. They have the 25, the 44, the 26, and more.
44 was one of the last ones to pit, so he's going to be one of the faster cars on track right now. But at the expense of beautiful, beautiful track position.
And I feel like we might have the same thing that happened to the 19 here. It might happen to the 56. So the 19
I
might actually be in the catbird seed. So he just has to let these guys go and chase down the 56.
He's not
Wow,
letting him go that easy.
the 25
I'm,
forced his way to the inside.
and I mean, I gotta tell you, these Truex fan racing cars have been lights out it's going to be a battle between the 19 and the 56 for the win as of right now, unless a yellow flag ruins it all for him. Because if a yellow flag comes out, the field bunches right back up. That 56 and that 19 are going to be under attack from some new players.
For sure.
I can tell you, they definitely got the setup right.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, I think the 19 is going to really be helped by the 25 passing the 56 here when he does.
But
Maybe
take
Oh,
the
a
no,
look
but
at
the
44 is
the
catching
44 is
up.
going to go to
44.
the inside.
But it's going to be
Hector said, I've
3
had enough
cars
of
trying to make
you.
that move.
Yeah, Hector said, I've had enough of you. You're slow. I'm on the newer tires. I'm going to pass both of you.
When you've got
Yep.
3 cars trying to make that move, you're going to lose a lot of time.
25 is not really. Okay, there he goes.
There he goes.
He took
Yeah, I don't think the
a
19
while
is going to
to.
get up to the 56 because of this.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
56 got
Sean's
to take the
definitely waiting for the
opportunity
pit
now.
cycle.
There we go. 56 learned from the mistake that the 19 made earlier, came down right away as soon as he could, so stays in the lead for now.
Sean's
And he
just
might
waiting for the
continue
next
to
pit
pull
cycle.
away. Yeah, and these two have been battling for the lead. Now it's a 5/10 difference between them.
I
And
don't think much is.
unless the 19 short pits the 56, I think the 56 might have it in the bag here.
I mean, he was our pole sitter, so obviously fast car since the beginning. It's not often you see pole sitters actually have speed throughout the race. Qualifying setups and race setups are very different, especially at tracks like these. So obviously they did something to that car between qualifying and the race to actually make it ready, and they hit the spot both times.
And I think he's definitely led over half the race thus far.
Had to have.
And I feel like the likelihood of a caution is very low if nothing happens on the next pit cycle.
Well, Thunder, I started second guessing myself at the end of the truck race. I said, maybe there won't be a late race caution. And you know what happened later that
Late
lap?
race caution
Late
on
race
the same lap.
caution. Indeed. Never say never.
Yeah, but really, I think this 19 is gonna have to pull something off with strategy to jump the 56.
I don't know, that lap traffic, they might cause a yellow.
Possibly, but that's only gonna be determined in the longer run. This 56 has just been on point. He is really talented, and I think that he's got a future cup ride just waiting for him.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I see a lot in him of what I saw in Hector Daniel. And I put Hector through the rings in the Truck Series and the Shell Series, and now he's a Cup winner. So really excited to see what last NASCAR fan could do with his opportunities, because real talent in that ride.
Yeah, and he won his first shell race in only his first few starts, replacing Jaden in the one car last season for the same exact team. Oh wow, that was
Oh,
Whoa!
close. Marks on fresher tires there. Oh yeah, that was really close.
our Fantona 500 champion right there, trying to unlap himself, trying to catch the leader right now after having a little bit of contact with second place.
Yeah, that almost caused the first yellow.
I wouldn't say that. That was just a love tap. Let him know he was there and he was a lot faster, you know?
Yeah, just gotta let them know
These
sometimes. I
these
mean,
these race car drivers don't have radios to talk to each other, so they got to do it in little love taps.
the old school way.
I think the
I don't
56 might be coming in here. No, he's not. 29 is
29.
just preparing for a crossover here.
Yeah, not going to work really. I mean, this 29's just got to get him at the bottom right here. Yep. Got him a little bit loose. That 56 way up the track. So once
Surprised they
again,
haven't pitted yet.
29 really likes to use his bumper with the leaders. Real dangerous game
sure.
right there.
I think what's going on right now with the pit cycle is they're trying to stretch it out as much as possible to like ensure they can make it to the end.
Or who knows? It might be the road course strategy. They might be trying to reach a certain number, and then that number is their exact window to make it to the end.
It's looking further back here. 97 going for 24th or 23rd there on Super Destroyer.
And I mean, you go further back in the field, these are the ill handling cars or the cars that had bad strategy. So you're going to see a lot more battles here because these are cars that are handling way differently. And because they're handling worse than the cars up front, they're going to be all bunched up together and closer.
For sure. Like you see, most of the leaders are just spread out.
You got to wonder when this 56 is going to reach traffic that's slower than them. Right now, we've seen with the lapped cars, they're all faster than the 56. So if he reaches a car that's slower than him, how much will that hold him up against, and how much will the 19 benefit from it? I don't think much now, but later in the race, that might be a factor.
Thing is, though, if you pit at lap 118, you could make it to the end. That will be 40 laps to go, just about.
And I think that's what many of these drivers are waiting for.
Yeah, I mean, there's just something in this 56 that True Span Racing adjusted on and just absolutely just crushed the field with.
Put it on
And who
rails.
knows? And who
Oh,
knows?
the 36 is pitting.
Short pit. It's going to have to
That's
save
the
at the
first
end of
one
the
to
run,
come
though.
in.
I mean, you never know if the Toyotas up front are doing some innovating in their setups, if you know what I mean.
Michael Waltrip Racing.
And hey, you know what they say? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I'll tell you what. I mean,
Oh,
there's
56
been
comes in.
Oh, 19 stayed out.
Yeah, 19 does stay
19.
out, so he will be on the fresher tires. Will this help him in with just about 40 laps to go?
And who knows
78 went in.
if he gets a yellow, puts that 56 a
Oh,
lap down, that's his main competition out of the way right there. So
that
really hoping for a yellow if you're that 19.
that zero car had a mighty close call. I mean, he was in the middle lane and he went down.
Wisco Racing once again. So what do you
Oh,
think?
low
Oh,
contact.
faster.
So what do you think we're going to see after the cycle of pit stops ends?
Depending on where the 56 and the 36 are located, it's going to be close
Wow,
between them,
that
but this will
36.
not help the 36.
No, not at all. He did get ahead of the 78 though.
We've got to be careful for a yellow right here.
Wow. Okay. So I think it's still going to be a battle between the 56 and
Is
another
56 on
Toyota.
track?
Yes, he is.
Oh, yeah, way ahead.
Yeah, I don't think the 19 will be in the battle to win after pitting that late, but perhaps
We'll
another
see.
car will be.
Might be the 78. He pitted
Wow, the
alongside the
78 just got
56.
really held up.
Yeah, that's the only bad part.
Yeah,
56 might have it in the bag.
that 78 might be our new second place runner after that pit cycle.
I
That
think he
19
will
really
be.
lost out.
78 pitted right with the 56.
Hector stayed out again. You see him in fifth position. Gotta wonder why that team is continuing to do something that doesn't seem to work. Probably looking for some track position that they lost from way earlier in the race.
And now these guys are lap now. They're gonna pass the leader.
56 back to the lead.
Yep. I think it might be over here from here.
Yeah, I think the 56 has it.
And you know what would change all that, boys?
A
A
yellow.
nice, a nice piece of yellow cloth hanging from the flag stand. It would be quite the shock to this Truex Fan Racing organization.
They just have to be praying that they don't see one.
The 19 actually held up decently well. Lost a position, but
And I
really
think
tried
what could
something
cause
different.
yellow is just something as simple as a car blowing up on track, because they'd be in the racing line dropping fluid.
This track is too fast for fluid to be dropping out of a car.
And also way too it's already really slick, so you don't want a surface on you don't want another
Yeah.
liquid on track, reducing grip.
Really hot day in North Carolina.
It's a racetrack, not an ice rink. We want as much grip as possible in the track. So obviously don't need fluid down on the track slipping everybody up.
No, not at all. Oh,
91
this might be three
straight
wide
over
here.
3 wide.
Oh, and almost
Oh,
four wide.
wow.
Almost, yeah, that would have
That eight
been
tapped the quarter
scary
pan.
aggressive.
Yeah, we saw four wide in the Truck Series race yesterday, and wow, that did not turn out well. Worked out here.
Yeah, that was almost a big wreck there.
That just proves
So
how slow the 56 car is when everybody else is pitted later.
yeah, still 3 seconds ahead of the 36 though.
36 pitted a lap earlier.
Yeah,
I think one thing
and
that we're gonna have to monitor is the 19, the 19's pace,
well,
I think.
the 19 is going to be held up by the 36. So I don't believe he's going to be able to get the 56 because of the fact that he has a car in between him and the leader. I don't think he'll ever get there.
And also,
As the
not to mention,
94 got around him.
he's
Yeah,
also dealing with traffic.
and when I said a car, I meant a lead lap car. Not to mention the 5 lapped cars in between him and the leader.
This is gonna be the one with one of the rare races where we see nobody in this field DNF.
Don't say that, Thunder, because now that you said that, I bet you somebody is going to make sure you are wrong.
Yeah.
What if I said that on purpose?
Yeah, what if he's trying to jinx it?
Hey man, I just don't want to see a yellow. Wink, wink.
Yeah, that would be awful. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
wink, wink.
it would just be
Nudge,
it would be
nudge.
such a shame.
Yeah, it would be horrible for the viewers, to see a nice restart or two.
I mean, with these lap cars, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it might be over.
And not
Man, I'm
just the
telling
lap
you,
cars.
the one thing that 19 does not want to see is a yellow wink, wink.
Oh, definitely not. But I think he's got to get past this 56 or this 36 first. 52 almost wrecked the 14 there as he's trying to go by.
Oh, Wisco Racing. Gotta love them. They create some entertainment.
Let's go through the field. You see the 14 and 98, they're new players into this top 5. 98 having a
Yeah.
really nice run.
And you take a look at the 78, he's lost a lot of speed from the beginning of this race. So obviously not going to win today if the race goes green, but still a good run from Quad Kid Boy.
Yeah, he just does not have the long run. 25 gets around him. That's Byron fan.
Yep, he's a lap down. Now 19 is trying to deal with the 36 here.
If he can get
If he
around
gets past
him and have enough speed, then he can possibly catch the 56.
4 seconds, almost 5 seconds back, I don't think so. And take a look at this 52. He is right there too. He's going to pass both of them soon. So
Got a lot of
really going
speed.
to hold him up.
I think yeah, Sean's gonna try and get
He's
past here.
gonna take a peek.
He's
Oh,
gonna
Not
give him
gonna
a little
work.
nudge. He's gonna give a
Oh,
few
contact.
nudges into the corner. I think that also might be a little love tap, Kyle.
Hey man, I'm the faster car. I need to get by to catch the leader.
yeah, but 36 is probably also like, I gotta get position. I gotta keep it.
I want my 5 points for being in second. Or I want my 5 points for being ahead of you. That's what he wants. Each position is about 5 points under this format. Ooh, maybe another tap again coming up soon. But this time, I reckon the 52 is going to be tapping the 19 out of the way.
Yeah, because he is
Yeah, he's
right there.
looking impatient.
Well, laps are winding down. You gotta get as much as you can.
Got to maximize your points. I mean, season long championship format, you got to get every point you can, or else you're going to enter Homestead close to another guy, and that other guy might have a better race than you and take that position in the points.
But yeah, Toyotas have been so dominant today, and it's just really showing. Also, this 56 has just been in another league of his own.
You got to wonder what kind of fuel did they put in those machines?
Rocket fuel. I mean, it definitely looks like a rocket fuel situation. I mean, that is a fast car.
19's got to get by the 36 here. Look at the 98 arriving on the scene. 25's gonna
Yeah,
dive low.
it's over for the 19. Too much
And
lap
yeah,
traffic around.
now Sean makes the move, but
Lost so much time. Lost a half a second
he might lose a little
just
bit
trying to
more
pass
time to the
36.
25. The 36 dropping like a rock.
Yeah, it was really held up on the
Mm,
outside all the way up in the marbles there. But yeah, unless nothing happens, this 56 has got it in the bag. And I think this might be the first caution-free Rockingham race.
Don't say
And
that, Thunder.
Oh, I'm saying it.
he's
Don't
saying it
say
without
that while you
remorse.
look at don't say that while you look at that number 7. He's known to create some let's just call it entertainment.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the 7 is just a really clean, non-aggressive driver. I mean, I mean, he's just gonna keep it clean and just pass this 56 with no
He's
problems.
he's he's never done anything to any Truex fan racing
He,
car
he's
before.
he's never
No,
made that
no,
team
no,
owner angry.
never.
Never
Yeah,
made that
he's
team
he's
owner angry.
never wrecked a single TFR car, especially for at
No,
one single
no.
race.
Yeah, especially like for example in Daytona, he just drove a really clean race and gained a lot of respect from Truex fan.
Yeah, and got a nice clean third position, you know? Drove his butt
Yeah,
off.
with a little bit of payback as well.
No payback occurred. What are you talking about?
No,
No payback can occur if there was nothing that happened in the first place.
why? Of course, as yes, my point has just been proven there.
Yeah, see? Nice, clean racing from the 7. 67, not so much. He's trying to use
Yeah,
that bumper.
yeah, not at all.
Giuseppe looking for a spot in the top 5. You saw him poke his nose in there.
Yeah, there's way too many cars in between the 56 and 19. 56 got it.
And then what number win would this would be? This would be the last NASCAR fan's
I
second
think
win in the Shell Series, right?
I think TFR is 35th as a whole, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, this 56 just has about 4 cars on his tail right now, but it's all good.
Yeah, the 74 got that top 5 spot from the 14. I was talking about that earlier. The camera caught a little glimpse of that battle when they were side by side, but not much going on track right now apart from some lap traffic being
And,
managed by the 56 here.
and guys, guess what? 10 to
Huh.
go.
What?
10
Yep.
clean ones for the 56, and he's got the win.
And you might be saying, well, that's easy. Just got to manage that gap. But with all
Not at
these
this
lap
track.
cars, yeah, they're making it real difficult to sit back, relax, and get your win, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it can almost seem like their goal is to make your life a living hell, but I mean, they're just
I hope this 56 just does not blow up. I mean, that engine in the 56 is proven to be really strong today. I mean, it's just really masterclass engineering by the Zurich Fan Racing team.
If I were the series owner, I'd be taking that car to R&D, tearing it all apart.
yeah. Unless it's like Darrell Waltrip, win the race, blow up the second you cross the line.
Yeah, 19, he's gaining, but it's not going to be enough. He's about 5 seconds back.
Too many lapped cars, he cannot catch him.
But hey, we keep saying it. You know what would change all that?
A
Yellow.
nice yellow blanket.
Exactly. Which would be absolutely horrible, and we don't want to see that at all.
Yeah, especially with the dominance that this 56 is put on today. I think he's led all but a few laps in this race today.
And wow, that 74 gained another position, actually. A little bit too little, a little bit too late, though, to win the race, but a nice solid top for the 74. It has to make them feel better for what happened yesterday.
Wait a second.
Definitely.
Oh, never mind.
What did you think you saw caution lights?
No. I thought I was
Man,
about to see the 50. Oh, wow. That was
Whoa!
ooh,
almost a caution there.
that 52
52
loves
gets into the
using his bumper
leader.
with the leaders.
That's
Oh,
like the
wow, that
second
was
time he's
close.
used. This is like around the second time he's used it on the 56 today. That is aggressive. As now we have 3 laps to go.
Yep, I think the 56 he just got to bring this one home.
Yeah, he's just got to cruise. He can let these lap cars pass him all he wants. He's just got to manage the gap between him and the 19.
Yep. Coming at 2 to go once they cross the line. .36 is in.
Races on pit
But
road.
Saul, he couldn't make it on fuel, I don't believe.
That might be concerning to the 56. He pitted the lap after.
I think he's gonna make it to the white flag. Yes, he is. As there's cars coming on pit road. White
The
flags in the air.
0.
One more time around for the 56.
Can he make it on fuel?
And if
I
he
believe
doesn't, then
so.
can the 19 catch him while he's on pit road?
There's enough time. When he slows down, he can catch him.
No, he's gonna bring it through
Yeah,
turns
he's going to
3
make
and
it.
4. And in dominant
He's going to
fashion,
make it.
an all green race today. Last NASCAR fan wins it at Rockingham.
Truex Fan Racing has got to be happy. 1-2
Sean
finish.
Murr
Man,
brings it home in second.
man, that was impressive. And you got to wonder if some Cup team owners are going to be looking at this guy soon.
I mean, no doubt about it. That was just amazing driving by the 56 there.
Quad Kid Boy fell all the way to 11th.
No, yeah, he definitely did. And we saw some cars coming on pit road with only a few laps to go, but that didn't matter. 56
Not
is victorious here in Rockingham.
not to mention Texas Motorsports got a triple top 10.
And I definitely think that there's going to be some guys, some team owners in the Cup Series looking for this 56 driver right here.
I'm always free.
Well, I think he's gonna stay with Truexan.
Hey,
That's where his strong suit is.
Or if not with
that
the
is
team
that
itself,
is
he could
true.
probably stay within the Toyota pipeline.
And I must say, like I said before, when I put him in my 01 truck for a couple starts last season, I never knew what this would become. I mean, what an interesting story he has become. What a great driver he will become in the future.
For sure, and actually he was coasting on pit road, so he ran out of fuel after the checkered flag.
He was that close to running out.
But yeah, hopefully the Cup race is more interesting than what we had tonight. But nonetheless, I'm Thunder with Kyle and Matthew up in the booth. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.